So you're refusing to do
For
that?
a civil issue, I don't.
Right, well this moment in time, you're currently under arrest for making off without payment. You don't have to say anything,
but I haven't made off.
We don't mention one question from the letter line court. Anything you do is to make a given evidence.
But I haven't made off though.
For your arrest as prompted in factual investigation. Okay?
But I haven't made off.
And due to the fact that you failed to provide details.
But I haven't made off.
Failed to provide details, yeah.
But
In a small UK petrol station, a simple transaction spirals into a showdown between an auditor, confused staff, and two officers who push the law past its limits. What started as a payment dispute ends with handcuffs and later a legal reckoning. Source video courtesy of I Spy Audit. Full version linked in the description. Subscribe to Audit Insight, where the truth behind police accountability is exposed.
If you take off this one, we can accept and then we'll take the registration and we can call the police, identify it. But you are not taking, that way we'll call the police.
so you would take the coin if I take the mask off?
Yeah, because
Well,
we don't know the first. Then we can't identify it.
But
The CCTV also not identify your face.
but CCTV doesn't have to identify myself to use legal tender. And you've said that you'll take it. You said you'll take it if I take my mask off. Yeah.
Our story begins with a rare coin, a $20 piece minted by the Royal Mint. Legal tender recognized by banks. But at this petrol station, staff refuse it, demanding the customer remove his mask to make the payment. The stage is set for a clash over rights, policy, and power.
You don't know nothing about it?
Yeah.
The £20 coin is legal tender though.
But we don't know anything. You have to take off the mask, please.
I can't take off the mask, no. You can't ask me to do that. You have to pay. I haven't got any other form of payment though. It's just that.
It's not legal money. First time going
Legal money. It is legal money.
We don't know any information about that.
The auditor stands firm. He's done his homework. He knows the coin's status. He's even called BP head office, yet the staff continue to push mask off or no sale.
Police, then you can talk the police. We can't argue with you, okay? This is not legal. First point.
I'm wearing the mask because it's cold.
No, it's cold. You can't enter in the shop with mask. Legal, you know that one?
It's illegal?
Yeah.
Where's the sign?
Sign is outside.
Right. I won't be taking the mask off.
Okay. This one not taking allowed. If you want, we will call the police.
It's
police is
BP.
coming. You can.
This isn't just about a mask. It's about control. The staff escalate, summoning the police. A move that will backfire spectacularly.
What's happened, sir?
I don't know, ask them. No idea.
What are they? Have you paid for fuel, sir? Yeah. Have you put your fuel in?
I have, yeah. And I've paid, yeah.
Right. Has he just tried to pay with them? Sorry, go on.
So
What are they?
it's a £20 coin. There you
Never
go.
seen them in my life.
So it's from the Royal Mint.
Enter the police, two constables from Stockton Station. They've been told it's a make-off without payment, but they've walked into a civil dispute.
The police can get involved in.
To a degree, you're right. It is a civil matter. We can deal with it a different way, but obviously, ultimately, you haven't paid for your fuel.
I have.
But they're not accepting that money.
But that's up to them to accept it. If they decline...
They've obviously run the post office and they've declined that. Ultimately, it's a civil issue, but if you're not willing to give us your details, then how do we know that you're going to resolve the civil issue at a later date? If you're happy to give us your details, then we can look at the civil issue at a later date.
But that's a
not
civil.
problem.
That's a civil issue. That's nothing for the police
But we
to get
don't know
involved
your
in.
details, do we? So you could technically escape from here and never come back and never deal with that issue. Then you'd be circulated as wanted for that, won't you, for making off without payment?
That's not a police issue at the minute.
It is.
It's not.
At first, the officer acknowledges the truth. This is a civil matter. Fuel delivered, payment offered, dispute over form of payment, not refusal to pay. Yet watch carefully. Within minutes, their tone shifts. Civil becomes criminal, policy becomes power.
Contact him at a later date. Hopefully this issue can get resolved.
No.
He's obviously not really wanting to do that at the minute.
Because it's a civil issue and it's nothing for the police to get involved
But
in.
you're still going to make off, aren't you? Technically without payment. But if we can get your details,
But I have paid.
but you haven't.
And it is their policy to accept the £20 coin.
Have you?
How's it
Has
their
he paid?
policy? No, he hasn't.
Right. If you haven't paid, and if you walk out this door now,
They've
then
still
you're
got
li-
they've still got the money though.
Just
Pound
let,
there. Well, what have you
just
said
let me
that is?
finish. If you
Yeah.
walk out that door now, you are liable for an arrest because we don't have your details.
But you don't need them.
Well, I do
Because it's a civil issue.
but it's not, because a make off without payment is then a police matter. So if you walk out that
No,
door
it's
now,
not.
it is. If you walk out that door now, you'll be getting arrested for make off without payment.
But there is an agreement.
They demand details, they imply arrest. But under UK law, for a civil dispute, you're under no duty to identify yourself unless properly suspected of a criminal offence.
No.
No,
So when was that then? So you've contacted BP head office before you've come in?
correct.
Right, so did you contact them today, or was it yesterday or last week, or?
It's not up to me to say that. It's not up to the police
Well,
to
we've
do
give
it.
you options, haven't we? So we either work with an option.
You are?
But it would be an unlawful arrest though, because it's a civil issue.
Hi Sarge, just Jessie free to speak. You right here. Just a quick one, just that
Not yet.
the... Oh, you're not free to speak.
Can you tell me why you didn't warn me about your body camera as well?
I've told you already.
My body was on it.
But why didn't you
it's
tell me?
basically saying we haven't told them.
Why didn't you tell me?
I don't need to tell you.
Swap.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
It's part of your policy, you do.
No, it's not.
The auditor reminds them payment offered, legal tender presented. Without dishonesty, there's no theft. Without refusal, there's no making off. The officers ignore him.
Paid.
But you haven't paid because that's not.
But if I've got a civil agreement with the company prior to coming, that's nothing to do with you.
I don't understand the civil agreement. Why would the if it's not money, it's not money.
But it is.
That's why I'm getting confused. How's it money?
Do you understand what the £20 coin is?
No, that's why I'm confused.
Well, why are you threatening me for arrest then, if you don't know?
Because it's not money.
It is.
Right. We'll agree to disagree. At the end
You
of the
don't know that. It is. It's
Right.
legal tender, the same as a £20 note and a £10 note.
Right, and who did you speak to from the BP garage, the manager?
It's a Royal Mint who issued that £20 coin.
Right. Okay.
So it's the same money as any other money. She has the packaging.
One officer even admits he doesn't understand the coin's status, yet seconds later threatens arrest for not paying. This is the moment where authority eclipses reason. Under Section 1 of the Theft Act, 1978, making off without payment requires dishonesty and intent to permanently avoid payment. Neither is present here.
Take my
weren't-
mask off.
Well, true, you don't need to take mask off, but we weren't here when that happened.
But he
so we
said
aren't
he would
witnesses
take
to
it.
that.
Going off a matter, we're going off a different matter now. You walk out that door, becomes a criminal matter, and you get arrested for make off without payment.
Or you give us your
Because
details.
You're refusing to give us your details, and we don't know that that vehicle is yours because you're not.
But I've told you
Is it urgent?
that he said he would take the coin
But he isn't out.
if I take my mask off.
Right, well I wasn't here for that, so we have no witnesses, unfortunately, other than you and him. Right now I can't view that.
Body camera.
But right now I can't view that. At the end of the day, you've come in, you've paid for you've got your fuel, you've come in. This isn't a payable matter. Once you leave.
And here it is, the pivot. They transform a policy dispute into an alleged crime. Mask on or off, coin accepted or not. They want control and compliance.
Well, I've got it on camera that he said that he would take it if I take my
It
mask
doesn't
off.
matter. It doesn't matter.
And I don't have to take my mask
No, you
off.
don't. I'm not saying you have to take
But
your
he
mask
said
off,
he
but
would
I'm
take
not talking
it.
about that topic. I'm talking about that if you walk out that door now, then it's a fail to pay to Bilkin.
But I've offered to pay.
But you haven't
Because-
because it's not a means of payment.
Are you not listening?
I know you've spoke to BP garage, but you're not willing to give
Yeah.
me those details to ring them myself.
But I don't need to.
Well, then fair enough. We're going round in circles. Yes, anything further? Just checking the coin. If we ring the person who we spoke to earlier,
He's already said
Right.
he would take
can
it
you just pop over here for a second?
if I take my mask off.
Right.
And I've got it on camera.
That's fine. I don't. To be
Ask
fair,
him.
I'm not particularly bothered what he said to you about taking your mask off. What I'm bothered you
Well, that's
about.
The auditor has the conversation recorded. The staff agreed to accept the coin, but only if he reveals his face. That's not law, that's leverage.
Technically they do, because everyone
Not
that comes in
identified.
here needs to have their face
face, because
face
we
clear
can't
for cameras,
identify the
and that
face.
is true.
But you did say you would take it if I take my mask off.
Take off the mask because we can't identify. I asked
Yeah.
ID.
Yeah, but I don't need to
There you
identify.
go, you don't have ID, you've got no, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't need
He
to
is
identify
well
to
within his
him.
right. He
Right.
is well within his right to say we're not taking payment because they don't have any ID from you. They can't see your face. So even if you
Yeah,
were
that's
to
right,
leg
because
out,
he's
how
coming
would
in
we
the
ever
other
be
door.
able to identify you?
But I don't need to identify myself to use legal tender.
Police justify their stance with identification concerns, yet UK law does not allow arrest simply to identify a customer in a civil dispute. PACE Code G. Arrest must be necessary and proportionate. Arrest for a civil debt, that's neither.
It is a civil issue. If you're happy to give them your details right now, name, contact number, that's a civil issue. However, if you choose not to, you choose to leave here, you are committing a criminal offence of making off without payment, which you can be arrested for.
Even if I've got a prior agreement to use it.
We're not going to go on all the time because I've asked you about head office, you've refused to give me that, you've refused to give me your name, you're just being plain, blatant awkward.
No,
Gave
I'm
you
not.
two options.
I'm not.
Being very
You
awkward.
are, we're not stupid, you've got a camera on, we're not silly.
I don't need to identify myself
I didn't
for a
say you
civil
did.
issue.
You can keep your mask on all you want,
You
I
don't-
don't care. That doesn't
You're
matter.
not listening to a word we're saying here.
But are you offering to give
Because
the
you're
staff,
wrong.
not myself, not my colleague, the staff your name and contact number?
No.
Right, so we have one option but two will lock you up then.
Well, I've got a civil agreement in the
No,
background.
no,
Fine, you
we're
can,
not
you
So-
can prove
You
that
can
at court.
I've
Yeah,
got
prove
that.
that at court
That's
then.
fine, you can prove that
Yeah.
at court.
We'll get the staff's details now and we'll go from there then.
The trap closes. Give your details or face cuffs. The auditor stands his ground. This is the breaking point.
So you're
For,
refusing
for,
to do
for a
that?
civil issue, I don't. I don't.
Right, well this moment in time, you're currently under arrest for making off without payment. You don't
I
have to
haven't-
say anything
but I haven't made off.
Offence. We don't mention one question in the which letter line court. Anything you do is to maybe given evidence.
But I haven't made off
Necessity
though.
for your arrest is reported in factual investigation. Okay?
But I haven't
So
made
I
off.
activate you in precautions, so what?
And due to the fact that you failed to provide data.
But I haven't made off.
Failed to provide details, yeah.
Handcuffs click. The auditor is arrested for making off without payment, despite still standing in the shop. Payment on the counter. Let's be clear. Under UK law, a customer who offers legal tender has paid. A retailer may choose not to accept certain forms, Lavinani, but that does not make the customer a thief. This is a civil disagreement, not a criminal act. Police powers under PACE and the Theft Act require honest belief of dishonesty. None here. Arrest without necessity is unlawful detention. And that's exactly why this case later exploded into a lawsuit.
Got the custody sergeant wasn't having none of it. He was not going to authorise the detention. Middlesbrough Police, Cleveland Police.
At the station, the custody sergeant takes one look and refuses to authorize detention. The arrest collapses. The officer's overreach is exposed in real time. The auditor walks free, but not before turning the footage into evidence for a massive civil action against the force. Months later, Cleveland police quietly settle. Payout undisclosed. Reputation shredded. Legal tender automatic acceptance. Shops can refuse coins, but that's civil, not criminal. Arrest requires necessity. PACE code. G demands a legal threshold. Ignoring it costs forces dearly. Cameras save lives. Without footage, this would be just another word against word incident. If you believe in accountability, share this video. Subscribe to Audit Insight. Your support keeps this truth alive.